Hello, 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 good people. Hello, good people. I am Dr. Hollie Kelly, and this is Dr. Kelly's perspective for the last Tuesday in the month of August. It is 8/28/18. Okay, so I said this entire week I was going to be talking about communication and different aspects of communication. So yesterday I briefly spoke about making your expectations known. Making your expectations known. You got to talk about them, write about them, and make them known, or stop acting as if everyone is already aware. You're operating as if everybody's already knowing what you desire, knowing what you anticipate. So today, excuse me, good morning for all who are joining me on both platforms. So today I've entitled this one To and Not About. And what I'm saying is we need to habit ourselves to start talking to people and not simply about them. We got it down pat on how to say something about somebody, talk about somebody, whisper about somebody, give phenomenal advice about somebody without going directly to the person. And what I submit to you today, that as we journey through this thing called life and becoming the best version of ourselves, becoming exactly the man or the woman that we were designed to be, we will not fully grow into that person until we learn and make a habit of communicating well. And part of that communication is to get in the habit of talking to people directly and not about them. Or bare minimally, if you're going to talk about somebody, you have to have the courage and the audacity and the integrity to talk to them. Talk to them. And I'm talking about, sometimes we do it for little things. I mean, it's things that don't even make it a difference. But and you have access to the person. And we simply do not do it. So I don't know if it's a lack of courage. I don't know if it's an overabundance of pettiness or just being trifling. But what I do know is that if we are going to live into the person that we were designed to be fully, wholly, completely, totally, we have to work on this thing called communication. We have to, because you cannot go through life doing it poorly. It's just not going to happen. And not build relationships anyway. You're going to tear down a few things. Okay, you know what? The other day I got a clue about how to see comments as they're coming up. So good, good morning for all, and good evening, depending on the country you are in. So I just want, it's not even deep. It's not anything where you need a 10-point layout plan of how to do it. And okay, and then it is simply a couple of things, and there's probably more, but from my perspective, over and over and over again, what I see is a lack of courage to do the right thing. We don't put ourselves in that person's shoes. You would want to know that the way you're coming off is turning everybody in your shop against you. You would want to know that. Because I don't care anyway. Okay, I'm not talking about, you're not even part of the conversation. If you don't care, then that means you're not moving towards your best self, and I'm not talking to you. Okay, for the rest of us, you would want to know that. And sometimes I hear, well-meaning Christians say, because I've called people on it. When they come to me, I say, have you talked to them? Do they know what's coming out of your lips? Have you said that directly to them? Well, I'm praying about it. Well, my goodness. Okay, well, prayer is a conversation. It's a conversation. When you do all this talking to God about them, see, you're still talking about them, not to them. Did he tell you to either close your mouth or go to them? Because you're sitting up here talking to me, and you have yet to go talk to the person. You're still not talking to the person. So whether you're talking to God about them Okay, did he tell you to close your mouth, or did he tell you to go address it, and how to address it? Well, I'm just gonna talk to someone who I know knows them better, and then maybe, okay, you're still doing it around the bush. You're still doing it around the bush. And for the rest of us who would say, well, I just didn't want to hurt their feelings. Oh my goodness, that would be so embarrassing. That's about you. That's still about you. You flipped the switch and got the mirror pointed back and the spotlight pointed back on you. You didn't want to hurt their feelings. You didn't want them to be embarrassed. You didn't want them to feel bad. We've got to get to a point where we value people enough, where we love people enough to speak directly to them about them. I have to value you enough, even in difficult conversations. I have had so many of them, and you would be surprised. At the end of the conversation, people say, you're the first person to tell me this. Why didn't anybody? You're the first person to bring that up to me. That's an indictment. I see that as an indictment on us, because here the person is, and everybody around them can see them. They can see it live and in color, like watching a movie. And yet no one, or very few people, ever come up and discuss the matter with them. And so we've got to do better. We have got to do better. We've got to learn and get into the habit. Again, thank you for all who are joining me on both platforms. We have to habit ourselves, work up the courage muscles, love them enough, and love them more than you love your discomfort. Value them more than you value being embarrassed, being ashamed. Oh my goodness, I don't know how I'm going to tell them this, but you've got to value them more than you value your embarrassment or shame or discomfort. You have to do that if you're on this journey to becoming the best version of who you want to be. Part of this is growing, and growth is not comfortable. If you are sailing easy and smooth all day, every day, I promise you, you are not growing. You're not being stretched. You're not challenging yourself. Oh my goodness, I just don't like to do that. That is so uncomfortable. Then you'll be staying stuck. I can meet you here August 28th, 2019, and you'll be in the same position. Challenge yourself, move toward growth. And that part of that includes learning to talk to people and not just about them. And it is a skill. And so, like any skill, like any habit, you can learn to do it. You can practice until you do it well. How about we just start doing it? Okay, because it's not as if you're not talking about them. See, that's one thing, to just not even talk. Just not even, okay, I ain't saying a word. Close my mouth. But we don't do that. We talk about them to other people. I wish more of us would challenge. When they bring something to you, challenge them. Have you told them that? Okay, then you need to pump your brakes. Why are you telling me? Turn around and go talk to them. If more of us challenged people on that, we could perhaps get up to tell them. What if they blow up with anger when you tell them truth? I think everything is in the presentation. That's an excellent question, because that is reality. Everything that you tell people is not always easy to swallow. Okay, it's all in the presentation. It's all in the presentation. First of all, if you're messy, you really don't like them, and you're using that to dig, then there's no way you can fix that up to be grateful. A lot of times when you do that, that's trying to be spiteful. I'm going to tell her. Oh, I can't wait to tell her. Okay, your motive is raggedy. It's not coming from a pure place. It's not coming from a place of valuing them and loving them. So check your motive on how you deliver that. Check your motive on how you deliver that. And I will tell you very quickly, when I'm getting ready to have a difficult conversation, I start out the conversation with them and say, First of all, this is not an easy conversation for me to have with you, but I value you enough for you not to keep continuing on. And I see and I know it. I got to tell you. So this may sting. And I started out like that. This may sting, but you need to know I'm coming from a place where I value you. I love you too much not to tell you. Okay, so it's all in the presentation. You come from a raggedy place, it's going to be received in a raggedy manner. So get that thing straight. But again, that's growth. There's practice involved in this thing. When you have difficult conversations, you better not just open your mouth and let diarrhea of the mouth come out. Nope, it's going down here real quick. So that is my offering to you today. Let's practice. Let's get better. Let's value and love people enough not to rely on, oh, I don't like doing that. Oh, my goodness. Don't be raggedy. Don't be raggedy. Okay, so that is my offering to you today. Let's get into that habit. Habit ourselves to either close your mouth talking about people or go to them and talk to them from a place of love, from a place of integrity. That is my offering to you. Thank you for hanging with me. I went long today, but that was an excellent question from Periscope. Until next time, take real good care of yourselves. Remember, we're going to be all week talking about communication all week long. So I'm ready for you for the rest of the week. Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. Eastern Time. Take care.